shop, and welcome back to working on my 64 Falcon gasser again. Well, today we're going to be working on the passenger side door bar, get that all put in today. I think what I'm going to do is actually walk you through the procedures that I did yesterday. Yesterday's video was a little short, so we'll go ahead and explain a little bit more as to what I did. So let's go ahead and get set up, see what we can do today. All right, guys. Well, first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put the seat back in the car, and we'll go ahead and put the bar in just to make sure, see how far we got to go. Let me go ahead and go grab the seat. Careful, easy. Watch the paint. All right. Well, as you can see, we got the same problem here. This is going to have to go over a little bit as well. So we'll go ahead and make the brackets, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, guys, well, here's what I did. I had a piece of this 1-inch box tubing left over from when I made the brackets for the C-tracks for the car. So what I'm going to do with this is actually I'm going to measure out 1.5-inch pieces all the way across. And I'll cut them straight, and then what we'll cut them on a 45. This way, what that'll do is I can leave a room. This way I can get my hands up in there so I can put a nut and washer on there. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with this. All right, so here we go. Go ahead and, so we're going to mark out about 1.5 inches across the whole piece here. Come on. There. 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. All right, and the rest we're just going to leave. That first one didn't really come out that good. All right, that is it right there. I want to be sure. There's 1. There's 2. 3. 4. And 5. All right, so there's our marks. I guess what we'll do next, we'll go ahead and pop it in into the miter saw, and we'll go ahead and get those cut. All right. Ear protection. And go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and turn my mic off. This way you guys don't get the sound as much. All right, guys. So actually what I did is I only cut 3 of these because what I do have to do next is go ahead and slice them and cut them in half. So we'll come up with 2 of each one. So that'll give us about 6 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I did that. Okay, so what I do is I put the piece into a clamp, and I just clamp the clamp to the table. And what we're gonna do is then take it with a cutoff wheel, and just come right across just like that, just on each side. Let me shut this mic off again. Side. All right, we're going to make sure that we're going the right way with it, and it's going this way. So we'll have to come at it like that. Now we should have 2 pieces, hopefully, which we do. So now we can actually take them, and we'll drill holes in them, so this way it'll accept for the stud from the seat track. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 2 real quick, and because you just see me do that one, so you know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take care of those, and I'll bring you right back. All right, guys. So we got them all welded in, and now we're gonna go ahead and drill out for for where the studs are gonna go. So I went ahead. Sorry about that. I went ahead and marked off 1.5 inches and put a little dot. This way I know right where to drill. So we'll go ahead and get that done next. Oh, well, there we go. This one is the seat is moved in, and now we're going to go ahead and get ready to tack the roll bar in place. Hey guys, well, welcome back, and it's actually the next day. Yesterday I didn't get a chance to finish everything on the car that we wanted to do, so we're going to go ahead and get it done today. So what we're going to work on next is actually getting that bar tacked in place. So let's go ahead and get set up to what we can do today. All right, guys. So I went ahead and I put the bar in. When I put the bar in last night, what I did is I took a measurement from the driver's side. I measured up to the bottom of the bar to see where it was. So I went ahead and duplicated it over there. But what we do need to find out though is what the angle is of that bar. So we'll go ahead and go grab our angle finder, and we'll go ahead and figure out what our angles are. So let's go on over here, grab our angle finder. And we got our angle finder, and what we'll do is then we'll come over here and we'll get our angle. All right, so there we are. There's our passenger side bar. And now we take our angle finder. We'll see we're at 27.1, looks like. Now the other side is like 28, So we know we can fudge it a little bit. We can angle what we need to angle. We can bring it up just a little bit more. So we can get our, what was it, like 28.6, I think it was over there. But I can also go ahead and just remeasure over there, make sure I didn't do something, make sure I didn't miss something or whatever. But we can make them the same thing, just so we know that it's all the same on both sides. So let's go ahead and get this thing cut. All right, guys. So I just went back off camera and I went and remeasured. Yeah, it was a little off. So I was off by like an inch, a little over an inch. So, and that brought it up to the 30 degrees that we need to be. So I got my miter saw out, and let me show you what we're gonna do now. All right. Well, to get the miter saw set up where it needs to be, I can't cut it at 30 degrees. So unfortunately, cutting at 30 degrees is not right. It makes it too short. It makes the angle not low enough. So what I need is like 60 degrees on the miter saw, but the miter saw doesn't go up to 60. So what I do is I just leave the saw at 0, and I move the bar out to 60 degrees. And let me show you what I did on that. Okay, so this is the part of the bar that actually sits onto the floor. And if you see right here, I actually have a T, that's for top. That's why I know where the angle is going to be cut from. So knowing that's the top, I know I got to come from the top on that, going that way. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn this 90 degrees. And then I'll take my square. I'll set my square in here. So it's up against the fence. And what I do is I find 60 degrees. Well, there's 60 degrees right there on the. Let me move you guys so you can see a little bit better. And we'll zoom you in a little bit. Sorry about that. All right. So there's 60 degrees right there on the square. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the bar so it passes right there. Let me just get you guys out of the way real quick. I don't want to bump into you. Okay, so there's our T right there. Keep that at about the 90. And there's a 60. I want the top of the bar to be at 60. Because when we come down, that's where the cut will be. Now, I'm sure it's a little hard to tell on here, but that is right at the 60 degree mark. So we'll go ahead and cut the bar down, and we'll go ahead and start fitting it in. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way so it doesn't get cut. And all right, we're off. Oh, hold on one second. All right, just wanted to get some gloves. One more final check on this. Let me turn it just a hair. Okay. All right, here we go. Sorry guys, I will edit out that sound. There it is. So we do have it cut. And we'll go ahead and check it and bring it over to the car and see how it fits. Okay, so there we go. We got it back in the car, and it actually fits rather well. Of course, it's still a little more adjustment we got to do. But we also got to put a plate under here too, so it's going to raise it up. So now we're going to go ahead and start fitting the back to it, and we can go ahead and keep playing with that. You see, we do have it's actually right at 30 right now, but that'll change just a little bit, not by much. So let's go ahead and start getting the fish mouth proper. So this way it'll fit tightly. Okay, so here's the bar on the driver's side. It is at 31.5, 31.6 degrees. And then we come over here to the bar that we have set up. And right now it's set up in here at 31 even. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this for a little bit, actually. I need to grind this side in a little bit more. It's a little off, so I just got to bring it in a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Okay, so that little bit that we just did right there, got that all straightened up. So now we're going to go ahead and work on the side. This is where it needs some main bar. So we got to take a lot of it out over here. Remember, this cage isn't meant for this car. This cage is meant for 64 through 6 Valiant, Dart, and an older A-body Dodge. So we're adapting it to fit this car. So that's why we got to do a lot of modification to the roll cage. But that's what happens when you buy things that aren't meant for cars, and heck, even when you buy things that are meant for the car, a lot of times you got to do a lot of modifications just to get them to work. So let's go ahead and start getting that ready, so it'll fit up against the main cage. Okay, so there we go. We got the bottom fitting really good, and we come up. We got the top fitting really good right there, up against the main cage. So we'll go ahead and clean everything up. I think what we're going to do is also we're going to cut that plate in half because I don't need a full plate down there. Just a half a plate will be fine. So we'll go ahead and cut that in half, and then we'll go ahead and clean the floor up and clean the plate up and everything, clean the bar up, and we'll go ahead and get it all tacked in. All right, guys. Well, there we are. So we got another one tacked in. It's all tacked in down there, nice and tight. She's not going anywhere. You can see I can shake the car. The car's not going in. The bar isn't going anywhere. Like I said, it's just tacked in for right now. Worst comes to worst, if we do have to move something, we can always just cut those tacks out. All right, guys. Well, there's another one tacked in place. So we're getting closer and closer. It's getting tighter and tighter. It's getting stronger and stronger as we go along. Every little bit that we put in is really helping the car. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe all the videos, and subscribe to all the channels. I do appreciate it. Any little bit will help me. So, all right, guys. Well, this is Mike from Old School's Garage saying, I'm out of here. Later.